Welcome back, fight fans. In today's video, we've got a packed lineup of headlines. First off, Ronda Rousey returns to MMA rules, fights former UFC teammate in Detroit. Next, John McCarthy weighs in on Jan Blachowicz's claims of robbery after UFC 291 loss. In addition, Joe Rogan exposed Dana White's sickness that cost UFC president $600,000. And last but not least, Daniel Cormier recommends Justin Gaejee disregard Conor McGregor callout. You can take Ronda Rousey out of MMA, but you can't take MMA out of Ronda Rousey. The former UFC Women's Bantamweight champion will be competing in a special MMA rules contest opposite former training partner Shayna Baszler at the upcoming WWE SummerSlam event on Saturday, August 5th at Ford Field in Detroit. The only way to win is by knockout or submission. John McCarthy has questioned Jan Blachowicz's claim that he was robbed in his UFC 291 defeat to Alex Pereira. Last weekend at UFC 291, Jan Blachowicz went head-to-head with Alex Pereira in a big light heavyweight clash. The popular opinion in the eyes of many was that the winner would receive a title shot in their next bout. In the end, the judges ultimately gave the nod to Pereira following a competitive encounter. After the decision, Blachowicz wasn't happy. He strongly believed he had done more than enough to overcome the Brazilian fighter. These sentiments were not kept to himself. He openly expressed his feelings on social media after the fight. John McCarthy, meanwhile, feels like he doesn't have much of a case. This is what he said. He lost the fight. Just because you got a takedown with 30 seconds left in the third round after losing 4 minutes and 30 seconds of the round, you think a takedown is what gives you the win? Come on, bullshit. On a recent episode of his podcast, Joe Rogan sat down with singer Zach Bryan. Among the myriad of topics they delved into was gambling. Rogan shared an anecdote from a trip to Las Vegas where he saw UFC president Dana White in action at the blackjack table. He recounted that White had lost a staggering $600,000 during that session.
This is Dana. He's on vacation in the Amalfi Coast.
Bro.
And this dude brings a casino. He had a casino come to him.
Bro, who's that kid next to him, man?
What's he? So he's got stacks of cash.
That's baller, man.
Good
for him.
No, it's not. That's sickness.
Who knows?
He brought a goddamn casino to his boat.
My thing is, man, if you can do it, you should do it if it makes you happy.
Wow, look at you, all open-minded. Dude, I was in Vegas with Dana White, Taylor Lewin, Will Compton, and Shane Gillis was with us, and Jamie. And Dana White was gambling, and he was down $600,000 playing blackjack. Taylor was telling us, so we were backstage with Shane. Shane Gillis is doing a show at the Mirage. I came to hang out. We're all having a good time. And then he goes, hey, we're going to go gamble with Dana. I'm like, oh my God, do you know how hard he gambles? You're going to get? He's like, I'm up all this money. Taylor's like, I'm fired up. Dana shows me how to bet. We get there. Taylor's down $120,000 in the first 5 minutes. It did go the other way. He made his money back and he won like 65 grand, I think. And then he backed out.
Daniel Cormier believes Justin Gaejee has bigger things in mind than Conor McGregor. Following the UFC 291 victory against Dustin Poirier, Gaejee called to face the winner of Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. However, Justin Gaejee then received a call-out from Conor McGregor. Conor is currently recovering from injury and recently coached the latest season of The Ultimate Fighter. Daniel Cormier doesn't believe the fight makes sense for Gaejee at this stage. DC discussed the possible bout between Gaejee and Conor McGregor, and he stated that it's a title shot or bust after UFC 291 for the former interim champion. This is what he said: title fight, it's title fight or bust for me. This guy needs to be able to fight for a championship because that's all he did, and that's all he wants to do. He said last time he fought against Rafael Fiziev that it was one more run at a championship opportunity. Now, that is happening. He is the #1 contender, and rightfully so. He's the guy who should be challenging for the championship. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. We greatly appreciate your support and interest. If you enjoyed the content and want to stay updated, please don't forget to subscribe. Your involvement helps us continue producing and sharing more valuable content with you. Once again, thank you, and we look forward to having you as part of our community.